Happy Wednesday to me, Victor here. Hopefully you're having a great trading week. Just going to go over some particular stocks which I traded and some setups which I want to go over. Again, all of these are really geared towards those who are learning. Again, I'm not a master of the markets. I'm just getting started or back into the game. Been doing it for quite a while. Okay, I'm not going to go over the details. But overall, great trading environment we're in right now. As I always say, you always want to take into context the overall market. Remember, 3 out of 4 stocks follow the overall market. It's just all about really how you react to what happens to you. And again, we're in this bounce right here. Who knows what's going to happen? Rule number 1, don't try to play guessing games. Just trade price action. But as I always mention, it's a lot easier to make money in the markets whenever the moving averages are surfing higher. So right now we're at this pivotal point. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm not going to try to predict. Who knows? Just be reactive, okay? But as it's always mentioned, you really want to focus on setups, okay? As I mentioned on the Monday video lesson, I was long pony, and we'll go over the reasons why I got long again, and some other setups, really EPs. It's earnings season, and we're going to go over how I go about which ones are, what my opinion, to go long versus the other ones, because again, there's so much things moving, you know. This is my big percent gainer scan, this is my other individual scan I run. Just because they're on my scan does not mean you have to trade it, okay? It sounds very counterintuitive, but sometimes the best thing to do is to do nothing and just to sit and wait. That's who you have to become boring. And that's how you know you're kind of on the next level, is you just wait. You know, this setup right here in front of you is pretty much the exact same shit I've been talking about over and over again. Okay, look how it's surfing the moving averages. As I mentioned Monday, I was long. Okay, I got long there, and I got long. Pissed me off because I got long at $11. It shook me out. But this is what you want to see. It's surfing the moving average. It gets tight, and you really want to buy as it breaks out opening range highs. 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and I got shook out. Let's go on the intraday chart here. Again, long-term chart, look left to the right. I always mention, look at the volume, okay? Pay attention to volume. Do not try to overcomplicate your trading, okay? Yeah, just because I have all these indicators on my charts, I could go without them, but you only need really the moving averages. That's really all you need, okay? Don't try to make it more complicated than it needs to be, okay? Price action, volume, moving averages, and the chart. That's really all you need. And again, always ask why, as I always say. But I got shooked out. Nice one there. You know, sometimes the setup doesn't work, as I mentioned on my Monday scan. I got long there, but sometimes it fakes you out, and I sold the next day and offered another opportunity, and it shook me out. And I did get long at $11, but for some reason I sold like a little bitch at really 12, and I got long. I kind of chased it. I don't want you to do that. You really don't want to chase a stock greater than the average true range, and the average true range of this stock is $1.81, for instance. So like today, you could have bought it any time today because it only moved roughly how much did it move today, Victor? It only moved roughly 58 cents, okay? But you don't want to buy a stock greater than the ATR. You want to get it on a dip. And it shook me out yesterday. But this would have been a perfect time to get long. And I did. And I got long right here, and it shook me out. And it's something I'm working on. But I chased it up, and I'm still long. What's my average? What is my average? I don't even know. I always forget this shit. It's not great, because I was chasing this stock up. I don't know, it's like 12 something, I think. I'm up like 17% on it so far, so that's whatever. I'm just gonna let it, really with this setup, you really want to let it trail 10 day. Whenever it closes below the 10 day, that's when you sell, and ideally it's gonna have more continuation. Okay, this is the exact same setup that I've been talking about over and over again. Let the stocks base. As I mentioned, most of these stocks make a big move, they pull back to some moving average, then they go again. Okay, your job is to buy it just as or before it's breaking out of that range. Okay, And the way you keep doing this is keep a list of stocks that I have backlisted, okay? Like for instance, I have stocks that ran from last month, April. You realize most of these stocks have ran, like PRCH, today's earnings EP galore. I did not have the buying power to buy this. If I could have, I would have. This is a 5-star. Positive year-over-year growth. Look at the long-term chart. Okay, this has gone before. Again, always look left. This has gone before, you know. Earnings. Of course, this time it kind of faded. But it's going to be very interesting to see how this happens, because it had the same kind of reaction there. Again, always pay attention to volume right there. So it's just going to be a curious one to see how this plays out. This is a 5-star setup, 5-star EP. Okay, it's pretty much what you want to do is keep a backlist of stocks. So this is pretty much all the stocks that ran last month, and it's just an example. Not all of them are gonna have a rerun, not gonna run again. It's just being familiar with the place to say, okay. And Pony, I'm thinking this is gonna likely do something crazy. The longer this base is, the better. The short interest is high. Who knows? If it gaps up, who knows? I'm gonna start selling some tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. ASTT was today's short squeeze. As I mentioned, you don't want to short on day one. The odds are against you. I don't understand why people want to short. Again, always think in terms of risk to reward. It's much likely on your favor to go long than short these. I'm not saying that they don't fail. Most often do. Again, most often, a year from now, this company is going to be gone. Okay, so yes, you're right in the long-term sphere. Shorting it, yes, long-term. But short-term, long-term, yes, shorting is favorable. You'll likely be right. But I'm talking about short-term, okay? These can go a lot higher than you think. Remember, CEP was at freaking below sub $10, okay? Now it went to the high of 60, okay? I'm not saying that ASST is going to do that. I'm just saying that you don't know how high this can go. So I'm trying to help you, okay? Curiosity Stream, recent EP, earnings, year-over-year growth, positive. Ideally, again, the best EPs are, you'll know out of the gate, like PRCH 5-star EP. Volume was there, great. Sometimes the great ones are delayed reactions. Ideally with this one, same deal. You know, you have that run up in that range break of $5. Because as I mentioned, this has ran in the past. Look left, as you can see here, 5-star. It's kind of extended, but the gap is a sign of strength, how it gaps up. And again, the volume is there with the year-over-year growth of earnings. So that one's going to be top watch for sure for the rest of the week. Over $5, over $5.20. EOS Energy, same type of deal. EP, earnings. Again, we're in earnings season. You judge based off you want positive year-over-year growth, and you want a reason to buy. You want positive expectancy, if that makes any sense. You want a positive outlook. And most importantly, volume. You want a stock that institutions are buying, not some random junk. Okay, like for instance, ASST. There's no institutions buying this, okay? It's just retail traders. I'm not saying you can't make money. Yes, you can. But the big money is made on stocks like this long term, okay? That's where the big money is made. There's institutions buying these stocks. So EOSC, same type of deal. Let them base and over 680. It's just one of those things, you know, and it's about being patient. And again, sometimes I get a lot of comments, that stock gonna do what it said it was gonna do. Cool. Who gives a shit? This is not called predicting, it's called trading, okay? Your job is to wait like a lion and hunt. And when you see a setup, you take it. So I'm just watching over that one. Over really 680, 675. GPS was a nice dead cat bounce off the 10-day on the daily intraday. I missed it. Oh well, I was kind of busy at work today. Oscar is another one. Earnings 5-star, positive year-over-year growth. Long-term chart, again, you don't have to overcomplicate it, okay? The long-term chart is not ideal, but the volume is there, as you can see. So that's what I'm watching. But same type of deal. Opening range highs over today's highs, 1750. Other than that, PSNL I am watching. It's kind of a potential liquidity trap. This did report positive earnings, and the reason why I'm watching it is because it's a recent runner. As you can see, look left to see the right. This has ran before, so I'm just watching it. I love how it's pretty much doing the same type of pattern as HIMS. HIMS looks like the exact same type of play as PSNL. I'm not saying it's gonna do that. I'm just watching over $5. I'm down the week. Ideally, let it like pull back some, consolidate, then have another range break over that level. That's ideal. But who knows about that one? Speaking of that, HIMS, trail 10 day, 5-star, 5-star. The initial buy signal was right here. I got long, very small, pathetic size. But trail 10 day again. This is what you want to see. This is a positive. This is a strong stock. Look how it's surfing the moving averages. Okay, this is what you want to see. Textbook, 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 and you let it do its thing. You let it do its thing. Okay. That's that one. Pony, I already went over. Ideally, more continuation. Trail 10 day. I just have this feeling that there's a lot of shorts trapped in this, and this is gonna do something crazy because the volume is there. Look at the volume. It's AI, hot theme. Ideally, a couple days sideways, and who knows, 17, 18, 19 plus. It's a recent IPO, so who knows what can happen on that one. Another one I'm watching. Let's see. There's a couple of earnings plays I'm setting up that are setting up. Mass is one of them setting up over 580s. The volume's kind of there. Same with ADMA. Let me see. This is the potential setup. This is potential like a liquidity trap. YOLY, more of a speculative setup. I just love how it's setting up on the daily, the flag type pattern. So we'll see. Over $11. The volume is extremely thin, but that's going to be one to watch for sure. Let me see here. AVA and TDUP are the same type of setup. Look how it's basing. Look how it's on the daily chart. Ideally, same type of ranges, you know, over that level. Recent earnings over 920, so it's just one of those plays to watch for sure. Same with TDUP. Positive earnings yesterday. These are the ones I'm talking about. The ones with delayed reactions. These are the exact type of setups I enjoy. Positive news yesterday, you know, you have green day, red day, and ideally down the week you have another range break for a continuation higher. Again, it's just all about playing the odds. We'll see what happens on that one. But that's really all I want to talk about. Yeah, but I'm watching really much all of them. Pony is a 5-star setup. Again, it's just you have to find out who you are as a trader. Okay, that's really what it takes. And again, keep it simple. Keep a database of stocks that I've ran, and just keep them in your database, and it's really all you have to do. Okay, and don't overcomplicate it. Don't. It doesn't have to be that complicated. Okay, just dumb it down and keep it simple, stupid. Okay. But Pony, 5-star, 5-star. Who knows what will this foretell? But yeah, I'll see you next time.